Hello, Brother Sewing and Crafting family. Angela Wolf here. Do you see something different? Oh my goodness, my studio is so clean, I can't find anything. So if you've been watching the live shows the last few weeks, I've had a lot of classes in my studio. We've been sewing away and now everything's out. It's back to just sewing and designing. I've got the multi-needle going behind me, the 1060. I don't think that thing has been off for more than 5 minutes while I've been in the studio. So as you all know, I'm addicted to embroidery, but that's not what we're doing today. Let's see, how many days till countdown to Halloween? Yeah, only a couple. In fact, I was asking my sister, what are you dressing up for next week? And she goes, Ange, it's this week. So we've got a great project for you. Pop in, say hi. I see you all rolling in on YouTube. Yes, we are live. And Cathy Gandy's got a fun one for us. If you watched her last show, she did something with picture play with a ghost. Super cool. You can go back and watch that episode. The easiest way to do that is to hit over on the Brother Sews YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe while you're there. You'll never miss a live show, and hit on the live button and you can binge watch over 500 episodes. But it was a fun one. But Cathy's got something fun for you today, because if you're out trick-or-treating, what do you need? A bag, right? Hey, Cathy, how are you?
Wow, I'm doing all right. And you?
I'm doing great. So Cathy and I were chatting right before the show, and I said, you know, I have this really cute bag that I bring out every year. And of course, I can't find it right now. So that means it's going to have to wait till next year. But I made it using my design center and put a big orange boa around it. But you know, the bad part is every year that I have it, I think it's 5 years old, it gathers a little more dust. And when I wrap that boa around me, I start sneezing for about 5 hours. So maybe it's a good thing that you're doing some new bags, because I think I need a new one.
Yeah. Sounds like maybe you do. Yeah, quit the sneezing. Yes. Yep.
Quit the sneezing. Everybody's saying hello. Yes, we are live. So Cathy, you got a couple of fun projects for us today.
Yeah, well, I had that bag that I did last time, and it, of course, was picture play, which takes quite a bit of time for embroidering. So this was embroidered trick-or-treat bags. And so I thought, because Halloween is so close, you're going to want to do something quick and easy. So I tried to make the embroidery 40 minutes or less, and just use three different ways of doing it. So I've got one lettering, I've got one from Artspira, and then one from Design Center. So that's what I've got. So I guess I should show them to you, right?
Oh, well, this sounds like a lot of fun. Everybody's rolling in to say hi. And the best part is these are super fast, super easy. This is going to be great. All right, I'll bring you up.
So here is the one from Artspira. So this is a design in Artspira, and that you send over to your machine and just sew it out. I have 2 colors. The other ones are just one color. And I used the Snowman sticker to place this. So I want to show you how I do that, because I don't do center. I did the center middle at the top. I did center, middle, top. And I'll show you how that works. And I think to place it with that is just really amazing, and it does a great job. So I wanted to show you that you have 9 different places of placement with the Snowman sticker. And middle top for something like this is excellent, because this bag is longer and I wanted my design closer to the top. I didn't want it dead center. So that's
really cute. You know, Cathy, I don't think anybody has shown the Snowman sticker in ages. So yeah. This is great.
Yes. Yeah. We have so many ways of doing things now that we kind of forget about it, but they are excellent. I just love how they work so well. So then I did lettering, and this is one of our new fonts, and this is Emma's Trick or Treat Bag, and that's one of our new fonts. And I just did it in one color. I wanted it quick and easy, and that's the same thing. It's closer to the top than the bottom, because you're going to have all kinds of candy down here. So there's the lettering. And then this one was just very, very simple, and it's just my design center, just triangles and an oblong thing. It's just a pumpkin face. So it's just the 3 triangles and a mouth. And it's just really easy with my design center. So if you don't want to work with designs, to find, of course, you can find your own designs. You can buy designs. There is a Mickey Mouse design in the machine, but it took an hour and a half, and I didn't want to do that. So
we're on the fast and easy, but if you do want to do the Mickey design, is this on the Aveneer?
Yes.
So pop on over.
I'll show where it's at in the machine. And it's a really cute design, but it took some time. And plus the fact I didn't want to change threads too much. So you notice I only changed threads twice on one and the others are just the same. So I used monochrome. So when you use monochrome, especially on the letters, it doesn't stop. It goes from one letter to the next. So I don't have to be there to push the start button again. So I'll keep continuing on with that one color.
So you're going to learn a lot today. And by the way, she's going to be on the Brother Aveneer, but a lot of these things you'll be able to do on other machines. And then we're going to see Artspira. So very fun. Drop your comments below. Julie wants to know, did you use glow-in-the-dark thread? That's the big question.
No, I didn't. I just used the black. I guess the yellow could have been glow-in-the-dark. I don't think there's a black glow-in-the-dark. And I did that because I wanted to use the black bobbin thread. Well, that's sweet. It's not very genius, but thank you. So I just used the black bobbin thread, which I wind myself. I like to wind my own bobbin thread with the Brother bobbin thread, and I just find it easier. If you're going to use black, you might as well use the black bobbin thread, so you don't have any problems with it showing at all. And I'll show you how I'll tell you how I do my embroidery. I love the Brother heavy tearaway, and I can give you the number. I use the Pace Setter Heavyweight Tearaway Stabilizer, and it's SA5818. And then I'm also using.
One more time, Cathy. It was SA what?
5818.
5818.
Yeah, they'll have some nice stabilizers. And then I'm going to also be using the magnetic frame, the 10 by 10 frame, and that's SAMS254.
All right. So you got both those codes. Just call your Brother dealer. And by the way, I heard, well, I can't tell you everything, but I know there's some big sales coming up if they haven't even already started, because guess what? We're getting pretty close to Black Friday. And we're not talking about Halloween Black Friday. We're talking about the next one where we all go shopping, which is it on my, last year was on my birthday. What a great excuse to shop. But this year, I think it's the day after. All right. Everybody's saying great. They can't wait. All right. I see some of your questions asking if she floated. Just stay tuned because I'm going to let Cathy take it away and she's going to show you how this works.
Okay. So you can see I bought these bags and they're already sewn. So instead of struggling to hoop, getting the big hoop in there and that, I did open up the sides. Now, I think I did it fairly easily. This bag was constructed fairly well. So when you look on the inside here, where that side seam is, you can see what they've done here is that they've turned this under so the seam is inside here. So I did have to take out stitching here and here. So I took out those stitches and then I opened it up. And when I opened this up, you can see, because I didn't open the whole thing, that this seam would be hard to get it real straight to put it under the rotary cutter. But if I cut down past where those folds were, down here a little bit, then I can just bring my rotary cutter up and just cut off that whole side. So I just use my scissors to cut close to the seam here and open it up, and then use my rotary cutter to cut the rest of it off. Made it very easy. And so on this side, you can see that I totally opened it up. So this is totally opened. And so when I close this back up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this back down on the inside, same on the other side, and put them together. So I have my raw edge here, and up here I'm just going to take this to the serger and just serge this all the way down, bury my thread at the top, and I'm done. So on the inside of these, you can see that the seam is just, I just started serging it here, buried my tail, and just finished off all the way down. So it was really quick and easy to get in there. I didn't have to take out very many stitches, and I didn't have to close this back up, these stitches. I didn't have to come in here and re-sew these because it's not going to go anywhere. Just stitching that keeps that kind of closed. We really want to make sure that the handle is reinforced, and that's, I didn't even get close to taking those stitches out, so I'm good to go. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. I popped in here. I saw somebody saying it's a little blurry. Cathy's a little blurry, but it must just be an internet thing because she's got good sound and everything. So I popped in here too, just to make sure it wasn't an issue. I'll let you know, Cathy, if we have to pause for a minute, but everybody's saying, okay, we'll keep watching. Oh yeah, you could use drawstrings too. I love it.
Yeah. So anyway, so that made it pretty easy to do it. I wanted just something quick and easy, and I think that that worked fairly well. So just look at how your bag is construction, cut off the side. So the bag is now an inch narrower, and I don't see any problem with that. They don't need all that candy anyway. So.
That's a very easy way to do it. Any questions, drop them in the chat below and we'll try to answer them.
All right, let's go on over to the machine screen and we'll talk about some lettering.
That sounds great. I was trying to see if that one bag, is that the new font in the Aveneer?
Yes,
the new font?
Yeah, that's one of the new fonts, and I will show you that. That's where we'll go.
Oh yeah, so and these two cameras are great. They're very clear, so I'm going to take myself out and let you take it away.
Okay, so I'm going to come to embroidery and come to the fonts. Oh, I wanted to show you something too. We get confused about deleting our memory. So if I come into here, and I'll go ahead and delete some of my things out, because I've got a lot of stuff in here, and say I want to delete these here. So I want to delete a couple things. So I'm going to come down to this button here, and then I can pick whichever ones I want to delete. And those three are highlighted. So if I push my trash can, it's going to get those out of my memory. I'm going to say OK, and it's deleting it. Now I have a habit of, after doing that, thinking that I can pick a design to come up in my space there, but you can't. You have to return, and once you return and come back, you're ready to pick your designs. So sometimes that can be a little confusing, and I just wanted to mention that so people, I don't know, just get a little lesson on that. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. It does.
All right, so I'm going to come to the alphabets here, and here's all our fonts. You can see that you have the fonts with the 3, and then when you scroll down here, you're going to have 3 with 5 fonts on them. So with these 5 fonts, those are our small size, and they have to be specially digitized to really give you a good look. So if you want small letterings, I would come here. I wouldn't size these all the way down. I would come down here and pick one of these and use these because they are specially digitized for small letters. So let me see here. This is the one that we're going to go to. So I'm going to push 407, and this is one of the new fonts. Now when I'm going to cancel this. When I come here, I have show preview clicked. If I don't have that clicked and I pick this, I go straight to the alphabet. But if I have this selected, when I select my alphabet, I'm going to see what the alphabet looks like. And if it has everything that I want to create my design, and if the letters look good. Sometimes the letters don't always just look perfect, and you may want to go in there and pick another alphabet. But this one looks okay, and that's what every time, if you don't unclick the font preview, as soon as you pick an alphabet, the preview will come up. So I'm going to say okay, and I'm going to go and write Emma. So A, and then I want the little mark here, the little comma or whatever that asterisk, whatever, not asterisk, but little apostrophe here. Emma's, and I'm going to go back to the large letter and get S. So that's Emma's. Then I want to go to the next line, and if I want to go to the next line, I'm going to push this button right here. And you can see a little mark here. That means it's going to go down underneath. And then I'm going to pick a T. And then I'm going to go to the small letters. I had to look up trick or treat. I wanted to see what it meant, because I always thought that it meant that give me a treat or I'll play a trick. And I think that's kind of what it is. But my brother told me that one time he went to trick or treat. I'm going to do this one more time. And the guy stood on his head and said that he gave him a trick instead of a treat.
Now we're giving the Brother Sews community great ideas for no candy, stand on your head.
I just thought that was kind of funny. That was years and years ago, but when people were, I guess, more limber. I don't know. Anyway,
Definitely.
And then I'll put up a, and then the lowercase.
I'm just coming up here. It's just a little blurry again, but we can see. So everyone just know that it's not just you. It's just, must just be the internet bunnies today.
Okay, maybe so. Yep. Okay, so that's Emma's trick or treat. And then I just left small letters. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's there it is. I really think the or needs to be moved up a little bit, but we'll do that when we get to the editing. You can do your array here. So these buttons down here, this is alignment. I do want to keep it aligned this way. With this, you can align it to one side or the other, or keep it center. And this is for moving your letters side to side or up and down. So we'll just go ahead and say okay to that. And go to set, because I'm not going to do any of that, but I do want to move that or a little bit. So I'm going to go set, and I have all black. I'm going to come to edit, and I'm going to, I'm going to push, well, I'll undo edit. I'm going to push this button right here, and then it's going to come here, and I'm going to pick that and say okay, and then edit and pick this here, and then that separates all of them. Do you see how they're separated? So I'm going to touch or. I'm going to come back. I'm going to have to come back here and select. All right. Oh, here we go. So you have to get your arrows and see the red lines around treat. So I'm going to do it until it's around the or. So it's now around bag, and now Emma, and trick, and or. And then I'm going to come to my move, and I'm going to move it up a bit. Okay, does that make sense?
It does make sense.
So
there's
you're going to
question here. So once it's finished editing, do you group it as a single item?
Well, you can, but once you go to embroidery, it does group it as one.
Okay.
So once I can group it as one if I want to move it here, but I don't need to do anything else here. I'll just say okay, and go to embroidery, and now it is 1. And I want to make sure that it's centered. So I'm going to come to layout, and I'm going to come to the move here, and I'll push the center button, and it should move it, and it already is centered. So it would move it all to the center. So you can, if you want to, but once you come to embroidery, it does group it. So when you're in the stitch edit, you're editing your stitches. When you come to embroidery, it turns it into one design, and you can't move them individually anymore. So I center it there. Does that? So you can, but there's just, with this machine, there's a lot of ways to do everything. So I'm going to come to say OK here. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the magnetic hoop. And I don't know, let me change cameras here real quick. Well, no, as quick as I can.
All right, while she's changing, I will come back up here. And I do see your other question here too about the thread. I'll bring that up to her later. So, all right, back to you.
Okay.
It's still a little blurry, but hopefully it'll just kind of get its mojo.
Sorry. Okay, so if you look at your magnetic hoops, I don't know if you can see this or not. I'll try to bring this up here. Yes, I can't. Well, I can't get it up here all right. But anyway, if you look at your magnetic hoops, if you look on here, you're going to see some little marks. And it's hard to see here, but when you look at your hoop, you'll see it. And there is a mark for the center, and it should be about right here. So I kind of lined up my sticker with the center. But you see the edge of the field is here for the left side, and right here for the right side. So you can see that the center is not center of the hoop. So you just want to keep that in mind when you go to hoop with your magnetic hoops. With our other hoops, the center is always the center. But with the magnetic hoops, the center is not always right in the center. It's off-centered. So make sure that you should sort of look at your hoop to see where your center is and your outer parameters of your design area. All right, I'm going to say OK. And I guess I should have finished with my screen here first. We're going to have to go back to the other screen. So let's do here.
While she goes back to the screen, I'll come up here, and I'm double checking that there aren't any questions. And yes, it is a little blurry, but hopefully we're making it through and you can see enough as she's describing it. Okay, back to you, Cathy.
All right. So we're still in layout, in embroidery. Gosh, I didn't want my projector. Happy fingers here. Okay. All right, so before I forget, I want to turn on the monochrome, and that's this spool right here. And I want that because when it sews it, it's just going to sew the whole thing without stopping for me to come back and push the button. Usually it'll sew part of it, and then you have to restart it again. But if you have on the monochrome, it's just going to keep on sewing. And then I'm going to touch the snowman sticker. So I'm going to touch that, and it's going to tell me that it's going to revert it to the right angle. So if you have taken your design and you have moved it, it wants to turn it back to the way it was originally so that it can move it to where it needs to be. It's looking at the X and Y axis, so you have to have it on start at 0, 0. So they can move it to where it needs to be. So I'm going to say OK here. So now it's going to come up here and show me to see where the sticker is right in the center. Now on your stickers, if you look at your snowman stickers, hold on just a second. If you look at a snowman sticker, you're going to see that it has X and Y axis here. And so this center dot right here in the big circle is your center of your design, or the center of your sticker. Now the small circle on top means that's the top of the design. So if I had hooped upside down, I would turn that, and so the little circle is at the bottom, and then the machine would turn the design 180 degrees. So this is the top of your design, and this right here is the center of your design. So it starts out and it goes center, center. Well, and that's this button here. So you have the 9 places to place it. Well, I want to place it up here at the top, the center of the top. So I'm going to push this here, and you see how it moved the sticker up there? So this is the outer parameters of the design, and so my sticker is right up there at the top. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. All right, so now I'm going to have it scan. So we're going to have it scan, and the carriage is going to move. I'm going to say okay. So it's going to start looking for the sticker. And there you go. It's found it.
I'm just curious, while she's scanning this in, who has the Snowman sticker on their machine? It's been around for a while on the higher end embroidery machines, but have you tried it, or do you bypass it and always go straight to the projector? Because that's what I tend to do, but we always forget we have these great tools, and the Snowman sticker is awesome.
Well,
and I see a couple of your questions rolling in. I will bring them up to Cathy in just a second here.
Okay. We'll go. It didn't recognize it. I probably had the sticker up too far, so it's going to rescan it. So what are some of the questions?
All right, Cathy, I will ask away. So we've got a question. Would you use the top magnets to hang onto the strap, even though the fabric doesn't reach the top?
I didn't put I'm not going to sew this. I wasn't going to sew this, so I didn't put the top magnets on there. So
okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then we got another quick one for you. If you did not enable the monochrome, would that allow you to use different colors for each word? Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Certainly. Yeah.
Or each letter. You could even have a whole different colors on every single one.
If you want to see the different colors, then you can go ahead and in the design edit screen, you can change each one of those to a different color so that you can see what it would look like. So you'll get a visual of your colors that you want.
You've got a mix. A lot of people say they use it all the time. Others say they use both. All right, back to you, Cathy.
All right. So that's how the Snowman sticker works. So let's go on to the Design Center, because I don't want to sew this out. I have one sewn out. So we're going to go home here and say okay. And we're going to come back to my Design Center. So I usually don't work with grids, but because of what I was doing with the pumpkin, it just seems a good idea to use a grid. So I'm going to come into here. Now, I wanted on the pumpkin, let me see, I have
Did I lose you?
No, I've lost myself.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, well, I don't know what I did with the pumpkin. But anyway, up here,
it's somewhere.
This is
by the way, is it dangerous to put child's name on anything? We always hear that, so use initials or something like that if you so desire. Thank you for bringing that up, though.
Yeah. True. Well, I figured, yeah, it would be. So this is an outline. This is a fill stitch, and this last one is an outline with a fill. So that's the one that I want to use. I just think it's kind of nice, and then that way I could do an outline and then I could fill it, but I might as well just get it done all at once. So I'm going to touch this one. and say okay. And then I'm going to come to the size and I'm going to size it down. And I'm going to come down to it's about an inch or so, an inch and a half, I think is what I had. And that's pretty good. That's okay. So this is a little bit bigger than what I did, but that's fine. So then I'm going to take it and I'm going to move it up to about right here. And then I'm going to say okay. And I'm going to come to duplicate. Push that. And it's going to make another one. And I'm going to bring it over here and bring it up to about the same area there. I need to bring it down a little bit. And to do that, I am going to use to move it here. So I'm going to move it down a little bit. Sometimes moving it with the arrows is better than with my finger. So that looks pretty good. All right. So, okay. Duplicate it one more time. And I'm going to bring it down over here. But I want the nose to be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to bring it a little bit smaller. It's a little bit of a nose there. Bring it on up. There you go. Okay. And my fingers keep touching the wrong thing. So I'm going to come back to my shapes. And I'm going to pick this one right here. But I want to make sure that I get the outline in the fill. So I'm going to touch that. And say okay. And then come to size. Size it down. And bring it down here. You do undo. I don't know what I did.
I'm going to just have your head is kind of in the way just a little bit there, Cathy. There you go.
Okay. So I'm going to, I think I'm in trouble here. Let me go ahead and just trash that one. You know, I always get myself in trouble when I do this.
And you all know she's in my design center. So some of you have my design center. It's not just on the Aveneer, all the way back for dream.
All right, back to the dream, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I really okay. Bring it up over here. I'll just bring it up over here and make mine do the duplicates. Okay. So then I'm going to do the duplicate, move that over, and then do another one, and move that over here. And then I'll come back into here, and I'll get the mouth, make sure that I have the outline, and say okay. And then I'm going to bring that down here, and I'll come to size, and size it down. And get it down a little bit more. And maybe squish it a little bit this way. Maybe not quite that much. And maybe bring it out some. So you can disproportionately do however you want, just to make sure that it's what you want. I'm going to put it about right here. Now I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to come back here And with the magic wand, when you pick, it's only going to pick one thing. So it may pick the outline or the inside, but it's not going to pick both, and you can't move them both together. So you're going to either have to draw the box around it, and that's what I have a hard time with first. And I'm not so sure all right, so there we go. And so now this one is highlighted, and I can bring it down. And I'm going to go ahead and size that down while it's down here and make it a little bit smaller. All right. Now I can come back up here and get my selection box and select this one and bring him down over here. So I try to position them at first where I wanted them, but then I always get, I can't select it because I've got them sort of piled on top of each other, and you can't select them that way. So sort of make them all over the place and then go back and select them and place them where you want. Don't do what I did. So now I can draw my selection box, which is going to pick both pieces and bring it down over here. And say OK, and that's it. So I'm going to go to next. It's going to tell me that I have just the fill, and it's automatic, and I'm just going to leave it because if I was going to do something really big and the stitch angle was all going in the same way, I would probably want to make sure that I put an underlay in it or change the angle so it wouldn't just pull it off all to one side. But this is small, so I'm not going to worry about that. And that's this stitch angle here, so you can change that and the density, and this is the underlay here. But I'm just going to leave it the way it is and say OK, and come on back over here. And so now it's right there. I'm going to go to embroidery, and then I'm going to come to layout. I'm going to go back to monochrome, and I'll do the snowman sticker, say OK, and do it here, and do the span, and OK, and let it recognize the sticker again. And then we'll talk about Artspira.
All right, drop your questions below while she's looking for the snowman again. Hey, Sharon, how are you? I agree. You could use multiple triangles grouped for a mouth, too. That'd be cute. That'd be very cute. And I see your question about Artspira. Is there a way to darken the grid lines on Artspira? When we get to Artspira, we'll check that out. All right, back to you, Cathy.
Okay, it's telling me to remove the sticker, so I won't sew it down. And you see how I've hooped crooked, and I'll say OK, and it's turned it on an angle, so it will sew out straight on the bag because I have the sticker on straight, but I hoop the bag crooked. So that is that's how the snowman sticker works, and I think it's really a great feature.
It's a great feature, easy to use, and I can still see a lot of the comments coming in on YouTube that a lot of people are saying they use both the projector and the snowman sticker.
Exactly. We have so many tools. It's just amazing to get it just the way you want it with all our different tools.
All the different tools. All right, now we're going to go into Artspira. Atoya, you have a dealer's over 2 hours. I think Brother Social just sent you a message that send them a private message and they'll try to help on there. There are no online classes for the multi-needle that I know of, but I will check for you. All right, Cathy, back to you.
All right. So here is Artspira.
I'm going to see if we can, let me just see if I can, well, I can't really do anything. When you hold that steady for a sec, hopefully it will zone in because it's still just a wee bit blurry.
Let's see if I can do this.
Just a wee bit blurry. See if that's better. Much better if it sits there. Okay. Everyone, hold their breath. Not literally, but you know how the internet gremlins can go.
Yeah,
All right, back to you.
I need to maybe move it up a little bit. I have to see if I can find something to set that on. Hold on. There, can you see that?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay. All right. So here is Artspira, and it would probably be better the other way, but we'll just do this way. And so here is pumpkin spice, and I'm just going to push see all, and then you just scroll down here and you can see all these designs. So I can see that this is for a sewing machine. So you're going to see the little symbol there. So that means it's embroidery. You're going to see a cutting machine. So that's cutting. And so I'm just going to push that one. And it's telling me it's 15 minutes. And so I just go to create. And that looks pretty good. I'm not going to add any lettering. You could add lettering to it if you want, but I wanted to get it done quickly. And so I just, well, I did want to size it, I think. I did size it up. So, oh, that's the size of hoop. So we're going to tap object to edit it. And so you can go to layout here and you can move it and change the color. I'm done with that. And then I can just take it and say OK here. And then I can get done. And I won't save it. And then I can send it to just transfer it over to my sewing machine. It's ready to go to sewing machine 712, and then I can resize it in there and I'm done. So when you transfer it, go ahead and transfer it. It's going to tell me you can only have one design in the temporary memory. So if I already have something there and I want to use it, I should go there, put it into the machine's memory right now. But it's okay to go ahead and say OK. And then transfer and take this down here and come into embroidery and to my pocket. And wait and come to the cloud here. And there's the design. So that's how easy it is to get the design to the machine.
Super, super easy. That's a really cute design in there too.
Yes, it is. Yeah, they have a lot of cute things in here. I'm going to be done with that. Close that and go done.
Oh, you know that, I'll bet you that with yellow glow in the dark would look really cool.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. That would be a good idea. All right, so just one other thing in here that I think is kind of fun. I'm going to come down here to the new button. And I'm going to push the new button. And I'm going to go to the font creator. Now that has the crown. That means it's for paid. So if you have the paid subscription, you'll be able to use this. So I'm going to go to the font decorator here. And you have the embroidery, the cutting, and the printing. I'm going to go ahead and go to embroidery. And I'm going to agree. And so you can pick your character. So this is a letter that you put a motif in. So I'm going to touch the character. And so if I want an A, I have to leave it on A. Otherwise, I scroll up here. And when you scroll on the side here, you're going to get the letter that you want. So say I want E. And then I can scroll over here to get the different types of fonts. So this will show me the different kinds of fonts that I can use. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to say done. All right, now I pick a motif. So I'm going to touch motif here. And because it's Halloween, I'm going to go with the steampunk right here. You have these flowers that you can use, you bind, fire, but I'm going to go with the steampunk here, the gears, and do done. And so now it's going to bring them together. So I'm going to generate and let it do its work here. I think these are a lot of fun. I think you'll be able to have a lot of fun with this.
Those are a big hit.
Yeah. And there you go. So you can continue in Design Editor here. And done. And you can add lettering to it and do a lot of different things to it. You can come back, create. You can regenerate it again. There's a lot of fun things that you can do with these. So that's part of Artspira. So we'll just cancel that and discard it. And cancel. And then go back home.
Super cute. Super easy. So I don't know, is there a way to darken, let me find that question up here that somebody, is there a way to darken the grid lines on the Artspira app screen? I don't believe there is.
Not that I know of, no. I'd have to look into it, but I don't think so.
Here's another question for you. When you're doing those small fonts, do you use an 80 weight thread or 40 weight thread?
If it's a small font, I would try a 60 weight first. I'll just go in between there, and I would use a 60 weight. It's not as heavy as the 40. It's a lighter weight thread, but not as light as the 80. And it's easier to find colors in the 60 weight, where it's harder to find colors in the 80 weight, I believe. I haven't looked. Okay. I usually use 80 weight for heirloom sewing, and that's usually white and off-white. So I haven't really looked for a lot of colors in 80 weight, but sometimes 80 weight thread seems to me to be a little, I don't know, it's a little too thin or something. I love it for heirloom sewing, but for embroidery, I'd rather use a 60 weight.
Definitely. Hey, Sharon, if you sent me something, I don't see it here. But we were playing with all of our Artspira stuff today, so you're on my mind. But if you, I don't know if you texted or email, send it again. I didn't see it. Yeah, here's one. Artspira, the paid subscription gives a lot of customization options, and every once in a while there's a sale on the Disney. You're right.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I didn't show you the one Disney design in here. So I think it's in 2 here. Okay, there it is. Here we go. So there's the one Disney design for Halloween that we have in here. And that took about an hour and a half or so. So it really is very cute.
That's very cute. So about an hour and a half, you said, for embroidery on that one?
Yes.
That's not bad.
No, it really is very cute.
Oh, here's a question for you. I'll wait till you come back up so you can come back to the screen.
Oh, you want to see my face?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
This is a good question too.
Okay.
I love the Disney too. All right, you're back. Okay, so do you have any tips? And I know you have shown doing embroidery on stockings too, but she bought a sketch to do the Christmas stockings. What's the safest way to make sure the design is going the correct way once the cuff is flipped back down? I have to confess, I have embroidered my initial upside down more times than the right way up. So don't feel bad if you do it the other way, because you just have to come up with a design element like I did, where I added ruching to the sides instead of flipping it over. So any tips for that, Cathy?
Well, what I probably would do is get one of those little stickies, the little round circles, and put an up arrow on it. Put it on the stocking where you want the design, and you know the arrow up, or use a snowman sticker. And so the head would be up. And so when you maneuver it on the sketch to sew it, which way that arrow is pointing is what your up point is. So mark it before you turn the cuff.
And I don't think the snowman sticker's on the sketch, but at least
No,
if you
but
have
I mean, if you have an Aveneer, but just get one of those little round stickers. Let me see if I have one.
I have stickers all over the place. That's a good
Exactly.
idea.
Yeah, just these little things. One of these stickers, and put an arrow on it so you'll know which way the top is. And then when you turn the cuff, you'll have it right way because you're looking at it. And then when you turn it to do the embroidery, you have the sticker telling you which way goes up.
Great tip for that one. Great tip. I knew you would have something fast and easy about that. All right, so this has been really fun. Those bags, Cathy, those bags are cute. 3 ways to just embellish your bag. Super fast, super easy. I love it. And I like the new fonts in there. They're really fun and creative.
Right. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. You could do a lot of things with them.
So in the meantime, everyone, if you want to visit your local Brother dealer, because fall sales are coming. In fact, we got a special show coming up in a couple weeks. Stay tuned for that. I'll give you a little hint, but there's going to be a giveaway on that one, and it's going to cover the new gift guide. So that's your hint. Mark your calendar for November 17th. I hope I have that right. I better look at my calendar. It's the 18th, November 18th, Tuesday, November 18th. And we've got a really fun show planned for you that day. So in the meantime, Cathy, this is super fun. Even if you're watching the replay, leave your comments and questions below. We try to answer those even later. And let us know what you're sewing. I know the bags are cute. Everybody's saying thank you, thank you. And Cathy, until next time, happy sewing. Are you dressing up for...
I'm getting dressed, but I'm not saying I'm dressing up. I'll get out of bed and get dressed, but I don't know about dressing up.
I know. I'm not either. We have dinner plans, and I think I don't know, I just don't ever get into like dressing up too much for Halloween. When I met my husband, he still jokes that I dress like a construction worker. And I said, you want to know why? Because I could wear my jeans, my cute boots, and my sweater, and all I had to pull out was a tool belt and a hat. It was super easy.
Nice.
Oh, super fun. Well, have a great day. Everybody's saying thank you. And until next time, everyone, happy sewing. Thursday, we have a show with Emily Thompson. And yeah, that's all that's going on this week. Fashion Sewing Club. I'll see you this afternoon. And for those that want to follow on my page, tomorrow there's a show at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. And I can give you a hint. We're probably going to be doing some embroidery and talking about a new event coming up. So
I bet you are.
Yes.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween. Cathy, where are you going to be next for those that want to come and find you at an event?
Authorized Back and Sew in Fresno.
All right. I'll be there too. That's in November. And next week we'll be in Oklahoma City. I have to remember it correctly. At World Widener has a big event there. So a lot of fun traveling right now. And then the big live event for all of you on November 18th. So mark your calendar. Until next time, happy sewing. See you next.
Thank you. Bye-bye.